Hey, it's Dr. Sam Robbins. Today's video is going to be about anyone who wants to reverse poor eyesight or prevent, eye aging naturally. I'm going to give you action steps. If you wear glasses, you want to not keep, improving or getting new glasses every year because your eyes getting worse. If you're dealing with dry eyes, glare at night or whatever, or also if you're dealing with glaucoma or cataracts, for example, I don't have to wear glasses, luckily, even though I'm in my 50s, but I can tell my eyesight isn't as good as it used to be at night, like while I'm driving. That's starting to be there. I still have 20/20 vision, but I am worried. Now, luckily, I've been doing all the right things over the past couple decades that I'm going to tell you to do, but I thought I'm going to make this concise video and let you know how you can do and what you need to do, just improve your eyesight, at least definitely from preventing it from getting worse. So let's get started. First of all, what's the cause of poor eyesight and aging? Obviously, genetics is a huge factor, man. I remember I saw a 1-year-old wearing glasses. I'm like, what? And I spoke to the family. I'm like, hey, who's the one needing glasses? And the guy raised his hands like, I had to wear them at age 6 onward. So obviously, genetics is all a big factor in everything. Aging is another factor, but that's because a lot of this has to do with mitochondrial loss and the retina. Uh, Also, lacking certain nutrients, which I'll talk about, having a high sugar intake because sugar eats away at the capillaries throughout the body, but obviously it's going to negatively affect your eyesight. The mitochondria is the biggest issue about eyesight getting worse. In fact, almost everything in the body it negatively gets affected by mitochondria. Your skin, your hair, your muscles, your energy levels, a huge thing. So I'm going to do a whole deep dive about mitochondria and how to reverse it and improve it and increase it in a future video. So if you're not already subscribed, do so and click the notification icon. I'll do a deep dive about mitochondria in a recent soon to be released video. But let's get right now and start with solutions. The first one, you want to improve blood sugar. High blood sugar and diabetes and insulin levels is linked to poor eyesight and blindness because the sugar decreases blood flow to the eyes and brain. And by the way, your eye right now is attached to your brain. In fact, this is your brain, technically speaking, your eyes. That's why they say Alzheimer's disease is like type 3 diabetes. That blood sugar negatively affects memory for your brain and bad for your eyesight. So, what you need to do, obviously, is eat less sugar, less processed foods, and maybe, obviously, carbohydrates. You need to also exercise more because the more you exercise, the more that sugar gets utilized in the muscle. That's why when you're young, you don't have as many sugar problems because you're running around all the time and having a good time. Another thing you can do is take specific herbs that help promote healthy blood sugar levels. I take a product called Blood Sugar Optimizer. I've been doing it for years. I take one with every meal. I'll put a link to that below so you can have healthier blood sugar levels and let me know how that works for you. Now, the other thing you want to do is stimulate mitochondria for the retina. Things you can do is, first of all, you can do red light therapy at 670 nanometers, I think, wavelength. The other thing you want to do is do that for about 3 minutes, once or twice weekly. You just have the red light therapy on your eyes, but make sure the eye is closed and it gets through the skin to help improve the mitochondria, improving your skin as well. Obviously, consult your doctor before you do any of this. Um, Next thing you want to do is you need to give your body, your eyes, your body, of course, specific nutrients to help heal itself. Vitamin D3 and K2 is super important, not just for your eyes, for general health. Both should be taken. In fact, vitamin D is most people are deficient in it. The primary way you get it is through sunlight hitting your skin, and that skin, the oils and the cholesterol creates vitamin D. Uh, I get plenty of sun and I still had low levels of vitamin D. In fact, I see blood tests all the time. And to my shocking view, even young people have low levels or suboptimal levels of vitamin D. So I suggest everyone take vitamin D3 plus K2. Those two need to be taken together so your calcium goes into the bones and not into the blood. So take those together. I put the one below that I take. It's called Perfect Vitamin D3. It's more absorbable than all the other ones, and it doesn't go rancid unlike the little gel caps. Another one you want to do is take vitamin A, which is also important for just general vision. Um, it's also good for your skin, vitamin A. So if you have zits or things like that, it definitely helps with that. I take 10,000 units about 3 or 4 times a week. Um, you don't want to take it all the time because vitamin A can build up, and unlike vitamin D, your body can take more, but vitamin A too much isn't good. Another thing you want to do is take lutein and xanthine. They're good for protecting your body against antioxidants, oxidation, also UV light protection, from the sunlight. You can take these in supplement form. Now, egg yolks contain high levels of these. Also, egg yolks is high levels of vitamin A. So I take 3 full whole eggs every night. It's also good for testosterone and hormone production. Also, taking a B complex, I think, is good because most people don't have enough B vitamins. Especially if you exercise or under a lot of stress, I take a B complex. I take one by Jaro and I take one by Life Extension. Those are the two I take. And the vitamin A, I take by Now Foods. And then the vitamin D3 and K2, I take that by Perfect Vitamin D3 and K2. Put that links below. Um, Next thing you want to do is get sunlight. Yep, sunlight is very important, improves everything. Your sun, every organism on the planet requires sunlight. Remember the vitamin D from the sun. You don't want to look into the sun, obviously directly in the sun with your eyes, but that vitamin, that the sunlight, also the UV helps improve mitochondrial function. Remember, the eyes are the problem. Again, just get outside, and we're not outside these days very much. So do your best to get out, at least first thing in the morning and throughout the day. Next thing you want to do is vision exercises. Remember when I just told you go outside for a walk and get the sunlight? That's the perfect time for you to do vision exercises. The first thing you want to do is focus on something so far away, like like mountains, right? Or if you're not living in the mountain by mountains or whatever, look at buildings that are far, far away. The farther away, the better. And that's because, don't look down while you're walking like most people do. Don't look at your phone, please. I know you guys are obsessed with your phone all the time. Um, this is because most of us, more people than ever now, are nearsighted. Nearsighted. And that's because we're always looking right here, right? You're looking at the phone, you're looking at the computer. We're not looking far away like we used to in the old days. Like, let's say you're farming or you're walking, you're taking hikes. We're looking far away all the time. And we're not doing that. So, what happens is your eye gets weaker. So, we need to strengthen those other muscles that are far away. So, one thing to do, look outside while you're walking. The other thing you can do, and I learned this a long time ago, was do eye exercises where um, you look at different corners of your eye. So, like if you're listening to me, just do the font. I look at the top left for 5 seconds. I look to the top of my eyes for 5 seconds. I look to the top right. Then I look at the bottom right. Then I look down, and then I look at the bottom left. Kind of like a circular motion. I do that 2, 3 times. Just do that anywhere. It doesn't really matter. That strengthens those muscles rather than always fixated on your phone, which is like 2 inches away from your eyes, looking away, far away, and doing these little eye exercises. The other thing you can do is called a 20-20-20 rule. Basically, again, you're at your computer all day. I get it. What you can do is like every 20 minutes, you look 20 feet away from you for 20 seconds. Again, every 20 minutes, you take a break, you look 20 feet away from me. Again, I don't know how exactly 20 feet is, and then you stare away for 20 seconds. Again, this is just strengthening your muscles, look away every few minutes rather than you just staring at that computer or phone all day long like a crazy person. Another major important factor here is you want to improve blood flow. Poor blood flow is one of the primary causes of aging, the decrease in blood flow. This is because your blood contains everything your body needs to live, right? I mean, it contains all the nutrients, it contains all the enzymes, the stem cells, the youth hormones, everything your body needs to regenerate and stay youthful. Poor blood flow negatively affects your brain, again, your eye, your heart, your muscles, your skin, sexual performance, your hair, again, your eyesight. So, obviously, healthy eating, not smoking, exercise are all super important. Walking, I think, is fantastic. You can do it first thing in the morning, late at night, all day long. You can walk, take like 10-minute walks, 2, 3, 4 times a day. However, some of us might need additional help to help improve blood flow and circulation, especially as we get older. You can take supplements that do that. I take a product called Blood Flow Optimizer. I've been doing it for 20 years. It also increases nitric oxide levels and so forth. Again, I put all this stuff below in the description area. So I've given you guys a lot of suggestions, right, today to improve your eyesight. At the very least, okay, start with the easy and free options. That means just walking outside daily, getting sun, and then looking at far distances. All right. Do your eye exercises, basically looking at the different corners, left and right, bottom, top, or right, moving it around so your eyes aren't always looking at something just 2 inches away from your eye. And then do that 20 20 20 rule. So every 20 minutes, you look 20 feet away for 20 seconds. Um, Again, make sure your blood sugar and blood pressure are in healthy levels because both of those negatively affect everything in your body, including your eyesight and eye pressure, and that's how you get glaucoma and other problems. And also below, I listed all these different resources I mentioned today, but just take action, please. I know you like to consume the information, but that isn't important. You just taking action is. Whether it's the supplements or just the free stuff, take action, you'll get results, and it'll build daily, and you can have a better future always. Thanks for listening. Let me know your questions below